Okay, Wednesday, 1st of October 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. When you want her to ghost you, when being ghosted or blocked is a good thing. So, this is something very interesting and a bit nuanced that I realised in social interactions, whatever else. So, someone used to say to me that if we turned up here and we parked our Porsche outside the venue, we would have no problem attracting women. So that was half right, because that would be pre-selection, a social signal, a social currency, and a proxy. Everything's a proxy, that Porsche, for intelligence and money, attraction, character, you name it. So women would flock to us indeed, in this context, in this scenario. Very good, very nice. But then I said to the person, and this is the side of the coin that he misunderstood or never fully grasped or internalized, or less, more so over the years. You have the car, but you open your mouth and you talk. You have no game, you have no frame. You talk immaturely and inexperienced, whatever else. Oh, I like you. Disaster. So you need both. They're both internal and external. But that's a whole other conversation. That's kind of like this glass ceiling kind of thing. I did a video about that. But at that moment and point, you open your mouth and you fail, say, the social cues or social calibration or the words, articulation, grammar, vocabulary, structure, you name it. You talk like an idiot, let's just say, just like that. At that point, you'd be lucky, no. You'd be fortunate if she ignores you, if she blocks you, let's say, on WhatsApp, if she ghosts you and just ignores you. Because you would have dodged a bullet. If you had continued to talk like an idiot, let's say, you open yourself up by being naive to abuse, manipulation in some fashion. Oh, could you buy me a drink? And things like that. Oh, it starts off with buying a drink and it ends up with, pay for my rent. Pay for my utility bills. You're under her thumb. And you didn't even know it. Manipulation. Machiavellianism. And understand that women are naturally Machiavellian. Because they have to be in terms of the overt. We could say it's the sexual strategy. They're much more covert. They're more covert. In a sense of it's more reputational attacks. Undercover. Secretive. It's not overt with men, aggressive and violent. It's much more covert. It's much more underhanded. That's a nice way to put it, underhanded. So then you open yourself up to being manipulated and worse by being naive, by being immature, by talking like an idiot, you could say. Then that's why you'd be fortunate if she blocks you and ignores you and just ignores you. Because then, again, as I said, you'd be dodging a bullet. Now, that's powerful. So then the trick then really is to be socially calibrated, to be less naive, more on point, more aware of, say, the dark triad, the Machiavellian, the psychopathy, the narcissism. Understand these aspects, understand these facets of human nature. Even deeper, understand the sadism. There's a nice word for this, Schadenfreude. Understand how people gain pleasure out of seeing other people fail, understanding those dark aspects of mankind, because then you're less naive. In fact, I think I did a video about this actually. We need to shed that naivety as fast as possible in life. To shed it, you could argue, as a defense mechanism, to be more socially savvy and aware. That's powerful. So you would be ignored and ghosted at best, and manipulated and abused at worst. And if you're entering this situation in general and not knowing what's happening, you're in trouble. You're exposing, it's unfaulted error. You're exposing yourself to danger. They say in poker that when you go to the poker table, and you don't know who the sucker in the room is, then it's probably you. And the exact same mantra, the exact same principle could be applied in any social setting. If you don't know who the naive, immature person is, who doesn't know what they're doing, then it's probably, that's dangerous. That exposes you. That It's unfaulted error is a needless risk, unnecessary danger, let's say, of being manipulated. That when you're not socially calibrated, if you're too naive, you want to be blocked and ghosted, because inadvertently that will see you'll dodge a bullet that way. That will save you from disaster further down the line, because you don't know any different. That naivety, to be a little dramatic, but also to be serious at the same time, it can get you killed, because you don't know what you're doing. That's dangerous, very dangerous. So social calibration, understand things, human nature, psychology, anthropology, sociology. I'm pretty sure I did a video about this. Study anthropology, study people, study humans. Then you can go into more and more scenarios and able to understand what's happening, the dynamics at play, what's said and unsaid, the spoken and unspoken, the human nature, the dynamics at play at any one moment. Very, very powerful. Very, very dangerous. Yeah. Indeed. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.